Nekkal millionaire at Afiso. $3.6 million is to give away. Simply buy a minimum of $10 in credit or data worth $10 to stand a chance of being a millionaire. To enter the weekly and monthly draw, send WIN by SMS to 772 or just call 772 for free. Remember, the more you buy credit or data, the more your chances of being a millionaire. Be that Nekkal millionaire at Afiso, right?
Good evening, you're watching the Star TV Newsroom with me, Mariam Dem, on the broadcasting from our studios in Sarakunda. Many thanks for joining us. Let's begin with our headlines. Sierra mourns loss of 7 lives caused by tragic road accident in Jarumekoto. Government holds talks with the National Federation of Gambian Women to accommodate road clearing affected women vendors at the Brusubi market. Gambia's First Lady leads SOS fundraising and award gala to support vulnerable children in the Gambia. Economic troops organized Fun Day in Barra to strengthen relations in the North Bank region. In sport news, Tafa Mane embarks on new coaching venture from Liberia to the Gambia, paving path to success. On international news, Niger anti-migration law revoke raises concerns in European Union. This is my program. Stay tuned. Many thanks for joining us. Let's now take a look at the news in detail. In the wake of the tragic accident that unfolded last Saturday night in Jarumekoto village in the Central River region, it has become painfully evident that road accidents continue to pose a significant threat to public safety in the Gambia. This unfortunate incident resulted in the loss of 7 lives, leaving the community reeling from the devastating consequences, while several others are currently receiving medical treatment. More in this report by Awasane.
Saturday night's incident saw the lives of 6 young boys aged between 12 and 16 years cruelly cut short. The victims, who were celebrating a football victory in the rural settlement of the Central River region, were struck by a vehicle bearing registration number West Coast Region 6924A. This heartbreaking occurrence serves as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of pedestrians on Gambian roads, especially in areas with inadequate protective measures. The Gambia Police Force has also confirmed that 9 individuals sustained serious injuries in the accident, one of whom is a 23-year-old lady currently receiving necessary medical attention at local hospitals. Following the incident, the driver responsible has been taken into police custody, and an investigation is now underway to examine the details and circumstances surrounding the accident, aiming to shed light on any potential factors contributing to this tragic event. This heart-wrenching incident in Jarumekoto emphasizes the urgent need to address road safety as a priority in the Gambia. Awasane for Star TV News.
Now, government officials have on Saturday engaged in discussions with the executive members of the National Federation of Gambian Women to find common solutions for accommodating women vendors affected by the ongoing road clearing exercise throughout the country. More in this report. This engagement took place on Saturday at Brusubi Phase 2, where the Federation owns and builds an unoccupied market with a total investment of over $40 million. The purpose of establishing this market was to empower women across the Gambia. However, despite the market's formal opening in 2016, it remains largely unused and incomplete, deterring potential sellers and buyers from utilizing its prime location in Brusubi Phase 2. Recognizing the disruption caused by the current road clearing exercise to street vendors, the Gambia government, led by the Minister of Interior, Honorable Siaka Sonko, formed a delegation comprising members of the Security Council and the Ministry of Gender, which visited the executive members of the National Women Federation with President Barrow's directions to explore the possibilities of accommodating affected vendors at the Brusubi market.
The President, from the meeting we had at the National Security Council, which he chairs, said that we should engage and try to find out other avenues where the women can be a place that we realized that we couldn't just go and remove people from their places of business enterprise, even though they are illegally encroaching. But we also have, as a government, the responsibility to find a place for them So this market was identified as one of those places that government can leverage on, try to see whether we can work with the women. This belongs to the Women Federation. They spend a lot of money, millions, see whether we can work with them.
The National Women Federation, represented by its executive members led by Interim President Maria da Costa, welcomed the government's proposal, highlighting the challenges they face in utilizing the market and expressing their concerns.
So I think what we are doing right now is a very positive way. We have discussed, we've told them what the issues are. The main reason why it's not functional, it has been functional. The main reason why it is not functional is this is a place, the landscape is very difficult. It's a muddy area. When the rains are here, even if it is the very first rain, if it is very, very heavy, nobody comes in here.
During the visit, several key concerns were raised, primarily focusing on the need for improved access to water and electricity, as well as ensuring security measures are in place. It was also highlighted that the market will greatly benefit from the addition of pavements and other essential structures to fully optimize its functionality. After several hours of discussions, the Minister of Defense explains the meeting's outcome to reporters, emphasizing government's commitment to addressing the long-standing issues related to the market and finding ways to accommodate the women street vendors.
It was a very good meeting, and I think these are concerns that, this government would like to see that issues that affect the well-being of women in this country is addressed. We will present all the concerns to the relevant authorities. We understand that the association has a mandatory contribution before you become a member. And then not only that, we will be also providing some support. Government will be providing some support to the women to have them all in this market so that at least the difficulties and challenges they've been facing where they used to be in the road corridors will eventually be addressed.
The interim president of the Federation described the meeting as both long overdue and fruitful, expressing satisfaction with the progress made and the government's willingness to work towards a solution.
As we are discussing, a lot of positive things are coming. A lot of commitments are being made. Some commitments are being even made in 2 weeks' time. We will be seeing the reality, and we hope it will continue. We are excited, as I said, and we think now is the right time, and we believe and hope that we'll see a U-turn.
Once the project is completed, the market will boast over 400 stalls with additional concrete tables specifically designed for vegetable and fish vendors. Moreover, the development will incorporate a mall, running water, electricity, storage facilities, a groundnut oil production center, an ice plant, paved concrete pathways within the market, a security post, a daycare center, and much more. Currently, the market is equipped with only 2 boreholes, which has proven to be insufficient. However, the visiting delegation has assured that action will be taken to address these issues within the next 2 weeks. Upon successful execution of the proposed plans, the market anticipates attracting thousands of women who have to register with the National Women Federation, either individually or as part of a group. Meanwhile, over the time, there have been persistent rumors that the market is infested with jinns and snakes, leading to the abandonment of the premises by both buyers and sellers. But the Federation has dispelled these rumors, asserting that since its establishment, no such encounters has been reported, reaffirming that the market is a safe and secure environment for all stakeholders. Moving forward, it is expected that the government and the National Women Federation will continue to collaborate, addressing the identified hurdles and ensuring that the market becomes a vibrant and functional space that supports the economic empowerment of women. Maria Madem, reporting for Star TV News.
Now moving on, the SOS Children Villages in the Gambia on Saturday organized a successful fundraising and awards gala dinner, presided over the First Lady of the Gambia, Fatoumata Babaro. The event aimed to gather support for vulnerable children in need of parental care, enabling them to achieve their life goals. In this report.
Since 1982, SOS Children Villages in the Gambia has been dedicated to assisting children without parental care or those at risk of losing it. Their primary focus is ensuring that these children grow up in nurturing environments, equipped with the care, relationships, and support necessary to thrive. The annual fundraising and awards gala dinner serve as a crucial initiative to raise funds for the organization's efforts in supporting children in realizing their purpose in life. During the event, the Fund Development and Communication Manager of SOS, Ndeye Maguette Sugu delivered opening remarks reflecting on their organization activities and the significance of the evening. The need for support was emphasized to ensure the continued success of their initiatives.
Our programs and service units are spread all across the country. And whatever we're doing, we're supporting to make sure that these young people, particularly our target group, those that have lost parental care, those that are at risk of losing parental care, to be empowered and be given the opportunity to thrive in life. It's not everyone that's born with a silver spoon. We have to acknowledge that. So once again, I don't want to bore you with a long statement. Like I said, it's a night of entertainment, a night of joy, a night of saying, I've given back to SOS. A night of saying, I've supported, I've contributed at least to support a child to go through school or a child to live in a family-like setting.
The event brings together various individuals and companies from diverse backgrounds, all united in their passion for uplifting the lives of vulnerable children. Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Gambia, Fatoumata Barbaro, has been a leading figure in championing the cause and supporting children in the country through her foundation. Jane Per Kwamin, the National Director of SOS Villages in the Gambia, expressed gratitude to the partners who have contributed to the well-being of the children. He also emphasized the need to champion the cause and further advance efforts to improve the lives of vulnerable children.
The needs of our children and families in our communities, and we Gambians are people living peacefully and enjoying the contaminating joy on the smiling coast of Africa. We are better placed to address those needs. But we believe, as Margaret said, we cannot do it alone. And you being here today is already a manifestation and evidence that you are happy, you're ready to be part of the work. And we are really grateful for you coming along with us to do this work.
According to a report released by the African Committee of Experts on the Rights and Welfare of the Child, it is estimated that as of November 10, 2023, approximately 35 million children in Africa are without parental care. These alarming statistics underscores the importance of dedicated organizations like SOS Children Villages in providing the necessary support and care for these vulnerable children. The fundraising and awards gala night featured captivating performances by talented artists, delectable food and drinks, and the showcasing of beautiful artistic portrayals of children. The artworks were put up for bidding, and numerous companies came forward with generous pledges to support the objectives of SOS Children Villages in the Gambia, ensuring the continued advancement and well-being of children in the country. Mariam Adem, reporting for Star TV News. In a bid to enhance their ties with institutions and sister services in the North Bank region, the Ghanaian contingent serving under the Economic Mission in the Gambia organized an engaging fun day over the weekend. The event was highlighted by sports competitions with sister organizations in Bara. More in the report by Motel Baji.
The Economic Mission was initiated in the Gambia during the political crisis in 2016 with the aim to serve as a solidarity force in the West African country. Since then, the foreign troops have been instrumental in positively impacting the lives and livelihood of people, particularly those in the North Bank region, in accordance with the mission's civil-military relations. Speaking at the Fund Day, Ansumana Kinte, the police commissioner for North Bank region, expressed gratitude to the economic contingent in the North Bank, acknowledging their significant contribution to the North Bank region. He commended the troops for their unflinching service to the communities of North Bank region.
It's good. Your contributions in many aspects of civil-military relationship is immeasurable. Starting from the first contingent of the Ghanaian troops we have here up to what we are witnessing today. It has cut across all lives of Gambians and non-Gambians who are resident in Gambia. We are more than grateful, and we would like this collaboration to continue. The Deputy Governor would have loved to be here, but unfortunately he called me around 5 a.m. to say that he has got another assignment that seems unavoidable, and he has gone to another region. Otherwise he would have been with me here. Captain Saga brought the letters. We are more than happy, we are more than honored to partake in this very, fun business of laughter and joy. On behalf of the governor of the region and on my own behalf, and all these armed and security service personnel present here and who couldn't make it here, we say big thank you to OC, Lieutenant Colonel Kwesi, your officers and men and women of your contingent.
Lieutenant Colonel Kwasi Waya-Pepra, the commander of the Ghanaian contingent, said this initiative is part of the ongoing efforts to foster camaraderie between the economic forces and sister forces in the North Bank region. Commander Papre emphasized that the activity was designed to lubricate their relationship with the local communities.
Yeah, to see to the development of the Gambia. It is part of the mandate. And in doing so, we form part of the stakeholders. So in order for us to have a very cordial relationship and a very good working relationship, there is the need for us to organize programs like this so that we socialize, we get to know each other, we get to understand the job, the role of others, so that it facilitates the work of ECOMIC in assisting Gambia to achieve its objectives.
In one of the sport competitions, the Gambia Armed Forces emerged victorious in the volleyball final after a closely contested match against the Gambia Port Authorities, while the Ghanaian contingent hammered the Gambia Ports Authority in a table tennis competition. However, the Fun Day is part of a series of activities organized by the Economic Mission to bolster civil-military relations and establish a homogeneous connection with the communities under the watch of the economic troops. For Star TV, I am Model Baji.
Now from that story by Model Baji, let's now move to some sport news. As Tafa Mane, an experienced and renowned coach, has embarked on a new chapter in his coaching career by taking charge as the newly appointed head coach of the Serekunda Football Academy in the Gambia. With his vast experience and expertise, Mane aims to lead his team to glory in the competitive Gambia Football Federation Second Division League. Star TV's Michael caught up with Coach Mane at his team's training ground, and he now brings us this report.
Mane's coaching journey began in the Gambia, where he started at Camtel before moving to Liberia, then to Serekunda Football Academy. He quickly gained recognition for his innovative tactics and ability to nurture young talents, transforming struggling teams into formidable contenders. His dedication and passion for the sports earned him great respect from players, fans, and fellow coaches alike. After making significant contributions to Liberian football, Mane's exceptional capabilities caught the attention of Serekunda Football Academy in the Gambia. Recognizing his track record and potential, they wasted no time in appointing him as their new head coach. Coach Mane has expressed his inspiration for taking over the Serekunda Football Academy, highlighting the young talents within the team is a key factor.
I am a Gambian, and I believe whatever I have, I should share it with Gambians, as a coach. That's one. Two, Serekunda is a team which is newly brought up. They are young players. They have almost 90% of junior players. And in football, it is easy to work with the junior players than the senior ones, because that's where you can start, you can build your philosophy with the team. So that inspires me when I look at the team selection, I look at the age of the players, I believe I can work with them.
He understands the challenge of second division, which is known for its physicality compared to the more technical first division. In response, he has plans to strengthen the team and overcome these obstacles.
The area they should improve is technical area. The players, they are good physically. When you look at them, their physical structures, they are all right. But in terms of technique, we have to do a lot. Technique and tactics. Tactics we can provide that by ourselves and as coaches. But in technique, that one is a little bit low in terms of ball conditions, ball control, ball passes, movement, and so on. We need to improve on that.
With Coach Mane at the helm, Serekunda Football Academy is now poised to reach new heights and carry the hopes and dreams of the nations as they aim to secure qualification to the Gambia Football Federation Elite League football next season. Coach Mane shed light on his short and long-term plans for the academy.
Short term is to develop the team to make sure that we qualify to first division. Long term is to develop players, to market them beyond our country, that is outside of the country. But the first was to develop the players to play in the second league, qualify to the first division, because it is easy at the first division to market the players than the second division. And the best thing, the most important thing for a football team or football club is to market the players outside. And that will help the team financially, and it will help the national team. It will help the country in terms of national players.
Tafa Mane's journey from Gambia to Liberia serves as a reflection of the global reach and transformative power of football, from grassroots development to the professional stage. His story reminds us of the profound impact that dedicated individuals can have on the sports landscape. With Coach Mane's steady guidance, Serekunda Football Academy is expected to soar to new heights, carrying the hopes and dreams of the nation along the way. Reporting for Star TV News, I am Baiko.
That was my co-reporting there. Let's now take a short commercial break, and when we return, the news continues. Stay tuned.
With the AfriCell Mix bundle, enjoy lots of SMSs and data at the most affordable price. Enjoy 40 megabytes and 100 SMSs for $10. Enjoy 100 megabytes and 400 SMSs for $25. Enjoy 250 megabytes and 1000 SMSs for $50. Enjoy 750 megabytes and 2000 SMSs for $100. Enjoy 1.5 gigabytes and 3000 SMSs for $150 rec. All valid for 30 days. To activate the AfriCell Mix bundle, dial *120# and select 6. Walk into any AfriCell outlet and purchase the AfriCell 4 Mbps mega bundles valid for 30 days at any AfriCell outlet and get a free CPE router.
Bi opanaka man mangen dim uti suma boss AfriCell rek.
Buy the AfriCell 3 Mbps mega bundle for $2,700 at any AfriCell outlet and get a MiFi for free. No time for buffering. Speed rek lengwa.
Welcome back after the short commercial break. If you're just tuning in, you are watching the Star TV Newsroom, and we're broadcasting from our studios in Serekunda. I am Maria Madem, and thanks for joining us once again. Let's now take a look at some international news. Niger's military junta has revoked an anti-migration law that helped reduce the flow of West Africans to Europe. This raised concerns in Europe of an increase in the number of migrants trying to reach the EU. Azira's Nicholas Hack reports from Dakar, Senegal.
It is an unfinished journey that has left them broken. Gay and Balde thought they could make it to Europe, traveling from a bus station in Senegal, through the Sahara, to the edge of the Mediterranean. But when they ran out of cash in Niger's desert, they say traffickers stopped treating them like humans. Instead, they felt like worthless cattle, piled in a dark cage only a meter high. For 9 months, Balde can no longer stand or walk properly. Gay, victim of unspeakable violence.
In Niger, the traffickers sold us to armed groups in Libya like slaves. They owned us, forced us to work. Out of the 120 people that were with us, only 17 survived. All died from the mistreatment.
Agadez, the gateway to Europe for many African migrants, is where Balde and Gay were duped by traffickers, despite the policing of migration in the country. To stop what Europeans perceive as an unstoppable flow of Africans, the EU pressured Niger into making the traffic of migrants illegal. But now the 2015 law is being revoked by Niger's military junta. The country's new leader Chiani believes the law was written under foreign influence. Criminalizing illegal migration is not in the country's interest, he says. The announcement comes as a relief to convicted trafficker Hami Hamza He's among 900 others whose sentences are under review, with some sentenced to 30 years in jail.
We had nothing to gain from the law. Those African migrants wanting to go to Europe bring money to the region of Agadez, so we are looking forward to starting the trade again.
The EU now fears a new wave of migrants.
There is a huge risk that this will cause new deaths in the desert. That's the most concerning thing, but that will also probably mean more people coming to Libya, for example, and then maybe also trying to cross the Mediterranean to the EU.
According to the UN, human trafficking to Europe is a $6 billion a year criminal activity, thriving on teens and young men like Balde and Isa. Despite the humiliation, abuse, and suffering, they are willing to attempt the journey to Europe again, in search for what they hope will be a dignified life. Nicholas Hawk, Al Jazeera, Dakar.
Now, UN peacekeeping force in Lebanon is warning the escalation in hostilities along the Israeli border could widen. The Israeli army has carried out multiple airstrikes on frontline villages in some of the fiercest bombardment yet. The Lebanese armed group Hezbollah is also stepping up attacks against Israeli military outposts. Al Jazeera's Zaina Hudur reports from Beirut, Lebanon.
Israeli airstrikes are blamed for this. Major destruction in a residential neighborhood in a frontline village in Lebanon. Its biggest bombardment in the 10-week conflict along the border. Much of the area is empty, as tens of thousands of people have fled the daily exchanges between Hezbollah and the Israeli army, prompted by the war on Gaza. Recently, Israel's strikes have intensified. And the Lebanese armed group is using more powerful weapons in its attacks on Israeli military outposts and soldiers. The United Nations peacekeeping mission is raising the alarm.
As I said, over the weekend, there has been a large number of shelling. Also, one of our base was hit, the watchtower in one of the Spanish compound, likely no injuries. But of course, the longer this conflict continues and there is an increase in the possibility of a wider conflict.
Despite the frequent exchanges, which have led to casualties on both sides, the violence is largely limited to the border area. But Israel is warning of a wider conflict if Hezbollah doesn't withdraw. In a show of force, Israeli warplanes fly over the Lebanese capital, Beirut. The Israeli military says if Hezbollah doesn't respond to diplomacy, it will have to impose a new reality to make Israelis feel safe to return to their homes in the north.
I don't think Israel is ready at the moment to confront a new front that can really expose its weaknesses and jeopardize security of all the cities in Israel.
Hezbollah is a stronger force than Hamas in Gaza, but so far it has been calibrating attacks to prevent a full-blown conflict. The United States and France are trying to avoid a military escalation, sending envoys to Beirut to try to reach a diplomatic solution. Early in the war, the U.S. sent military assets to the region to deter Iran and its ally Hezbollah from attacking Israel. But now many fear Israel may widen the confrontation. Israeli media are reporting a possible deadline to reach a settlement with Hezbollah. There's a lot of uncertainty, but what is clear is that Hezbollah won't back down until Israel's war on Gaza ends. And all the while, tension is mounting on this front. Zaina Hudur, Al Jazeera, Beirut.
Tensions are rising in Indonesia's northern Aceh province as more than 1,000 Rohingya refugees have reached its shores in recent weeks. More than 1 million of them have fled persecution in Myanmar in recent years. Most seek refuge in neighboring Bangladesh, but overcrowded shelters there have forced many Rohingyans to risk another journey to Indonesia, and thus prompting anger from some locals. Al Jazeera's Jessica Washington reports from Jakarta, Indonesia.
They arrived in Indonesia weak and tired after a long, dangerous journey from Bangladesh. These Rohingya refugees had already come ashore in Aceh province. But the message from locals was clear: you are not welcome here. They were given food and water before being forced out to sea again. Around 100 people took part in a demonstration in the city of Sabang, voicing their frustrations with the new arrivals.
It's one boat after another. How many boats have come here already? We are poor people. Why don't you use the money to help us? Why are they giving them food?
We reject the Rohingyas. We want them to be moved as soon as possible. We don't want to catch the diseases they carry.
A few meters away, these refugees are waiting in a shelter, their lives in limbo.
We just want to find somewhere safe. We knew that we might die at sea, but finally we are safe. That's all we want for our children.
For years, Rohingya have fled persecution in Myanmar for Bangladesh. More recently, many have fled again, traveling by boat to Southeast Asia. And for the most part, they have been welcomed by communities in northern Indonesia. 3 years ago, Al Jazeera reported on how these locals helped refugees ashore in defiance of authorities. But in recent weeks, some communities have been unwilling to accept them. Please don't send us back to sea, these Rohingya plead, before being forced to return to their boat. Indonesia's government says it's looking for a new site to temporarily house the refugees. It's acknowledged the opposition from residents and says it's looking for a sustainable solution. The UN Refugee Agency says the increase in violence in camps in Bangladesh, as well as continued instability in Myanmar, is behind the increase in boat journeys.
Around 75% of the new arrivals are women and children. So of the children, quite a lot are unaccompanied and separated, meaning they're traveling without their parents or they're traveling alone. Quite a lot of single mothers and their children.
For now, these children have enough food and somewhere safe to sleep. But their future is uncertain. They have no passports, no homes, and no idea how long they'll be allowed to stay here. Jessica Washington, Al Jazeera, Jakarta.
Now I'm afraid our story brings us to the end of this news bulletin, but before we take a leave of you, a quick reminder of main headlines. Sierra mourns the loss of 7 lives caused by a tragic road accident in Jarumakoto. Government holds talks with the National Federation of Gambian Women to accommodate road clearing affected women vendors at the Brusubi Market. Gambia's First Lady leads SOS fundraising and award gala to support vulnerable children in the Gambia. Economic troops organized Fun Day in Barra to strengthen relations in the North Bank region. In sport news, Tafamane embarks on new coaching venture from Liberia to the Gambia, paving path to success. On international news, Niger anti-migration law revoke raises concerns in European Union. That's all we have for you in this edition of the news. Do join us tomorrow for another bulletin. But in the meantime, do enjoy the rest of our programs and have a wonderful night. Stay tuned, as up next is a fascinating documentary on TVET sponsored by UNESCO Gambia in partnership with the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology. Thanks for watching.